Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson I want to teach you how to differentiate using the chain rule. Of course, there's a PDF file version on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one. So to differentiate these functions, of course, you can use quotient rule. But easier, okay, if we use power angle trick, okay, to differentiate. But to do that, first of all, we need to bring the functions up first. So we bring this one up first so that we don't have to use quotient rule, okay? So to bring this up, so what we need to do is we write equal and bring that up becomes negative index, okay? So this bring it up, that become 1 times, because we bring this up, the 1 stay the same, and is equal to 3x minus 2 power 5, but negative, okay? So that's what that meant. But then 1 time anything equal itself, right? So we can just cross that out. So I just write equal, okay? So it makes it easier to see. There you go. Now to differentiate this, we use power angle trick. So let me write this down. Power, angle, and then we do trick. So we differentiate the power first. The power in this case is negative 5. So we bring the negative 5 down and then we 1 less. Okay, so equal to, so this negative 5, we bring it down. So it becomes negative 5 and we write this out. So 3x minus 2. Now minus 5 minus 1. Okay, so that becomes negative 6, which is 1 less when you differentiate. Remember that? So negative 6. And then this power is done. Okay. Now we differentiate the angle. So we treat this as an angle. So to differentiate that, so 3x minus 2. So if we differentiate that, so it's give me 3. Okay. So 3x becomes 3. Otherwise, I write this down here. So y equal, let's say 3x minus 2. So y dash will give me 3. So that means I times this by the differentiate the angle becomes 3. And then we differentiate trigonometry, but there is no trick, okay? So we just stop there. So angle is done. There you go. So now we just simplify, okay? Let me just tidy up first. So that will give me, so negative 5 times 3 is negative 15. So that becomes 3x minus 2, negative 6. But then, because the questions, it gives a positive index. So therefore, we have to bring the 3x minus 2 power of negative 6. We need to bring it down, okay, to becomes positive index, okay. So we bring this down. So we just bring this group down here. So that becomes positive. So that will give me negative 15, stay the same, over, let me just move this up. So that becomes 3x minus 2. Now the power of negative 6, it becomes positive 6. There you go. This is how you differentiate these kind of functions, okay? Second one. So to differentiate this, first thing we need to do is we convert the third form into fractional index first. So we know that n root of a power m, so this can be converted into fractional form, is a power m over n. So in another word, if we have cube root of a power 2, so this means that the 3, these 3 here go down here, okay, if you like, you can see that. So that becomes a to the 2 over 3. So that's what that meant. So a in this case is 3x minus 2. So let me rewrite this. So this is equal because it's exactly the same. So that becomes 3x minus 2. Now power of the 3, these 3 here, we bring it down here, okay? So that will give me 2 over 3. So there you go. So I haven't done anything yet. I'm just write that into fractional index form. So now I just differentiate that. So differentiate that, I use power angle trick. So I differentiate the power and then I differentiate the angle, okay? So I write dy dx. That means differentiations of y respect to x. Or you can write y dash, okay? Nothing wrong with that. So the power is 2/3. So we bring it down and then we less 1, okay? So 2/3, we bring it down and we just write this first. 3x minus 2, we less 1. So 2/3 minus 1 is 1/3, but it's negative. Otherwise, you can just use your calculator. Just type 2/3 minus 1. And you should get negative 1/3. So 1/3. And then don't forget, we have to differentiate the angles as well. Okay, the power done. And then we differentiate the angle. So this angle here, okay, we treat that as an angle. So differentiate 3x minus 2. So that means becomes 3. Okay, so to differentiate that become 3. So we times by 3. There you go. It's done. Then we don't have trigonometry functions. So we ignore that for now. Okay. So now I just need to simplify first. So these 3 here, I can simplify with this. So now that will give me 2. Okay, I just write this out first. 3x minus 2 power of negative a third. But then the questions is give in third form. Then we need to convert back to third form. To do this, of course, we need to bring the power negative a third down, become positive first. Okay. So that means I bring this group here, we'll bring it down. So that convert into positive index. So that will give me 2 over, so 3x minus 2 power of a third first. Now don't forget, a to the power of a third is equal to q root of a. Okay, please remember that for me. So that will give me, I just write this down. So that is equal to 2 over 3x minus 2. And then I just write this q roots. There you go. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi, I'm back. How did you go? So let me go through them with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. And thank you. So let's get into this. So to do these questions, first of all, we need to bring this one up first. So it becomes negative index, okay? So that y is equal to 2 times 7x minus 3, power of negative 4. Now I can differentiate this. So to differentiate this, I use power, I use angle and trig. That means I differentiate the power and then we differentiate the angles, okay, and then trig, okay. So in this case, we don't deal with trig yet, okay. So we just do power and angle first. So now y dash or dy dx is equal to differentiate the power. So power is negative 4. We bring the negative 4 down and then we 1 less. So therefore, the power of negative 4 become power of negative 5. So negative 4 times 2 give me negative 8. And then we 1 less, okay, for the power. So 4 minus 4 minus 1 is negative 5. That's power is done. Then we differentiate the angle. To differentiate the angle, so we treat that as an angle. So to differentiate this, 7x minus 3, to differentiate that becomes 7, okay? So we times by 7, and then no trig. So we stop there. That's it, done. And then what we do, we just need to tidy this up. So negative 8 times 7, it becomes negative 56. And then this becomes 7x minus 3, power of negative 5. Then we need to write the negative index become positive. So to do this, we need to bring it down, okay? So in another word, I need to bring this group down so that it becomes positive index, okay? So let me move this up. So this will give me negative 56 over, so I just write 7x minus 3. or power of 5. There you go. I hope you got it correct. Now part B. So to do this, first of all, the third form, we need to write in index form first. Now remember, square root of a becomes a to the power of a half. So this means that square root of 2x minus 1, this will give me 2x minus 1 power of a half. Now that is the first thing we need to do, okay? So that will give me 1 over 3 2x minus 1 to the power of a half. Now what I need to do is I need to bring this group here up. Okay, so that is exactly the same as this, which is equal to, so 1 times that, so that becomes 2x. I'll write 1 time just in case, okay? So 1 time, this one here still stay the same, and then minus 1 power of negative a half. Because a half, I bring it up, becomes negative. Over 3. There you go. Then this is exactly the same as this one here. I write down. This is exactly the same as a third. Okay. 2x minus 1 power of negative a half. So the reason I write like this is when you differentiate, it's easier. That's all. Okay. So therefore, to differentiate this, I use power, angle, trig. So I differentiate the power, then I differentiate the angle, and then there's no trig involved for now. Okay, so we just stop there. So the power, you can see is power of negative a half. So we bring a negative a half down, and then we less 1. So minus a half minus 1 is give you minus 3 over 2. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Otherwise, just use your calculator. Okay, so let me move this up. So that will give me, so negative half I bring down, become negative half times a third. So that will give me negative 1 over 6. Otherwise, just use your calculator, a third times negative half. So you should get negative 1/6, okay? And then you would write this down. 2x minus 1 power of minus a half minus 1. So negative a half minus 1 will give you negative 3 over 2. If you use your calculator, it gives you 1.5. Just press the SD button, okay? It converts to improper fraction for you. So negative 3 over 2. And then don't forget, we only differentiate the power. Then we have to differentiate the angles. So the angle is this one here. This is angle. So differentiate 2x minus 1 will give me 2. Okay, so we times, don't forget, times 2. That's it, done. So now I just need to simplify this. To simplify this, you can see this 2 and a 6, you can simplify both by divide by 2. So that gives me 3. And 2, you leave with 1. So let me just tidy up first. So this will give me, negative. I just write this out first. So 2x minus 1, negative 3 over 2, all over 3. And this is it. But then don't forget, because the questions are given in third form. So we have to convert back to third form. Remember that, okay? So to do this, we bring the negative power, we bring it down. Okay, so that becomes positive first. So nothing in front of this bracket, that means 1 times, okay? Please keep that in mind. So now I just bring this down, so that becomes positive. So to bring it down, so that becomes negative 1 on top, over the 3 and brackets 2x minus 1. And power of, so power of 3 over 2. Now, remember, a to the power of 3 over 2 is exactly the same as a, the half, it becomes square root, okay? The 3 becomes this. There you go. That's what that meant, okay? So please keep that in mind. So that will give me negative 1 over, so 3, I just write the bracket first, 2x minus 1 power of 3. And this is square root. There you go. I hope you got all of them correct. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.